Avenue Tax Service.
Who?
Avenue Tax Service. They offer early tax preparation and give same-day cash, advances, and loans.
Seriously? But I have bad credit.
No credit checks. Seriously. Don't wait. Walk in and get your cash today. You could get $100, $500, up to $6,000 guaranteed. At Avenue Tax Service, everyone gets a check. Call 1-800-885-1040. Avenue Tax Service, the fastest way to your money.
Ford is the best-selling brand in North Texas. Here are 7 reasons why. The #1 selling Ford F-150 and Super Duty, America's 43-year leaders. The #1 selling Ford Explorer and Expedition, #1 in their class in brand loyalty. The #1 selling Ford Transit and Transit Connect, and everyone's favorite, the #1 selling Ford Mustang. That's 7 reasons why Ford is the best-selling brand in North Texas. Purchase a #1 selling Ford vehicle from your North Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
Texas Rangers are supposed to be the ones that weed out the bad seeds. How do you think we've been doing? Do better.
See, that's his formal way of calling me an idiot.
I have a certain way of doing things.
Here he comes to save the day.
It's good to see you, too. I'm trying to fix things. I got a second chance.
Walker. Series premiere January 21st on CW33.
The Southwest Kia halftime report on CW33, where Aledo leads Frisco 28-14. Talked briefly with Tim Buchanan, head coach of Aledo, and he's still not happy with the way his defense has adjusted to the wing tee when the Raccoons decide to run it. Obviously, they're not doing it full time. As far as offense goes, his biggest kudos went to the offensive line as Maddox Epperson went down early in this game as simply next man up. They adjusted incredibly well and still allowed the ground game to work very effectively for the Bearcats. For your halftime stats and highlights, send it upstairs to Doug and LaDarren.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. And let's take a look at the highlights. It got started with JoJo Earl from the Wildcat, a 12-yard touchdown run, as JoJo put Aledo on the board first. Then Corey Green, the quarterback keeper, he evened the score at 7.
Yeah, this is after a great, fantastic drive downfield, but here come the Bearcats again. And DeMarco Roberts capping off is what we would see continue a couple of times here in that first half.
Block punt by the Bearcats, special teams. As that was Jack Tringelis with the block, and DeMarco Roberts would take it in after that. Part of a big first half for DeMarco Roberts. 3 touchdowns, including this amazing run.
I think this was just fantastic. He just kind of twists in the air and keeps his balance and pirouettes, and then he turns into a full sprint to get in the end zone.
Frisco came back at the end of the half. Sion Usma-Harper with the touchdown run to make it a 2-touchdown game, 28-14 at halftime. And the second half will come your way momentarily on CW33.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your fresh favorites from Kroger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Mattress Firm's year-end sale. Hurry in for savings up to $500 on top-rated brands like Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $299.99. Only at Mattress Firm.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $6,800 below MSRP on this Equinox.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
Yes. Seriously, Santa? Here's something people can really use.
It's a low payment finder from Consome Plus. Get the coolest gifts with low payments over time. Good credit or building it.
Consome Plus makes credit so easy.
Hurry into Consome Plus right now. Save up to $1,000 on holiday Hot Buy electronics. Plus, get up to $850 in furniture freebies, including a $400 gift card.
You're not the only guy in a red suit who delivers.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
With Mattress Firm's Rest Assured promise, you can try America's best mattress brands and get a $300 instant gift with your Tempur-Pedic purchase, good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Rest assured, we'll find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm.
This holiday season, use the Kroger app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. So you can save big on exactly what you want, no matter who you are. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Do these look familiar? They should. These are the channels Dish has dropped in the past. Dropping local stations and networks is Dish's thing. Their CEO says it's profitable. Doesn't matter what his customers must endure or for how long. He's saving Dish money. Right now, Dish has dropped more than 200 local stations, cable channels, and regional sports networks. If Dish is treating you this way, call them. Call Dish. Demand the credit you deserve. Here's their number.
Halftime with Aledo leading Frisco 28-14. And LD, you look at those first half numbers, and what it kind of tells me is the difference in this ball game is DeMarco Roberts.
Boy, it is. And you see the rushing yards, 167 total yards for the Bearcats, but they've been equally effective in the passing game. Just not enough offense so far here from the Raccoons. A lot of that on their first drive, and then obviously on their last scoring drive of the first half, I should say. They've got to come out and be balanced. They've got to take the fight to the Bearcats to get back in this game.
The Raccoons will get the ball to start the second half, and we will have that kick coming your way next. This has been the Southwest Kia Halftime Report. Second half from Frisco in a moment on CW33.
It's Mattress Firm's year-end sale. Hurry in for savings up to $500 on top-rated brands like Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $699 on Sealy. Or get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $299.99. Only at Mattress Firm.
'Twas the night before Happy Honda Days, and all through the land, we're doing random acts of helpfulness to give you a hand. We come bearing gifts. We come dressed in blue. And if you believe, we can help you too. Right now, you can lease a 2020 Accord LX for just $219 a month plus tax. Or check out the Accord Hybrid, which gets up to 48 miles per gallon. The end. Just kidding. We never stop helping.
Can you guys hear me?
If your internet service doesn't have fast download and upload speeds, you have.
I need to order AT&T Fiber.
Click or call now to get a faster internet experience with AT&T Fiber 1 gig internet. With upload speeds up to 20 times faster than Spectrum. Get a faster internet experience for less with AT&T Fiber. And get your home back in harmony.
Click or call 844-855-1993 to get AT&T Fiber, starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas.
I love Southwest Kia because they sold us a car with lane assist. And let me tell you something. It beeps at him now, and I don't have to scream at him. It saved our marriage.
And I love Southwest Kia for the amazing customer service. And the prices aren't shabby either. And by the way, that lane assist works when you drive too.
We love Southwest Kia.
Great day on the lake.
It is.
Lunch is cooking. And I saved a bunch of money on my boat insurance with Geico.
Oh, yeah?
Fellas, can it get any better than this? Whoa. My old hairstyle grew back. So did mine.
What? I was an 80s kid.
It only gets better when you switch and save with Geico.
Life's full of little accidents. And the Hyundai Tucson helps make sure they stay little by alerting you if you drift out of your lane and even gently correcting your steering. Because unlike your favorite shirt, you are irreplaceable. Hyundai, the longer you look, the more there is to like.
Get 0% APR or lease the Tucson for $199 a month or get $3,250 cash back. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
With Mattress Firm's Rest Assured promise, you can try America's best mattress brands and get a $300 instant gift with your Tempur-Pedic purchase, good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Rest assured, we'll find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm.
Saturday, CW33 High School Football Showdown features Longview going up against Denton Ryan in the Texas High School Playoffs. Watch all the action live Saturday at 2 p.m. on CW33 and CW33.com. Seinfeld, tonight at 11:30 on CW33.
Two teams trying to give their fans the gift of a trip to the fourth round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. Aledo and Frisco. Raccoons will take the kick to start the second half. Chase Lowry at the 4. Out of bounds across the 20. Up at the 22-yard line, and let's take a look at how the two quarterbacks have performed in this ball game, LD.
Well, Nicolosi, I thought he was pretty solid. I thought he was effective with the ball. He got it out on time, and his accuracy was on point. And Khari Green, he started off on fire, and then he kind of trailed off midway through that first quarter, started the second quarter, and he kind of got himself back into motion on that last scoring drive. These quarterbacks have to be in this game and close this thing out for both of their teams tonight.
And kind of got a glimpse of why Khari Green came into the game, completing 44% of his passes. He looked terrific at some points and then not so great at others in that first half. Just quite honestly, he's got to be a lot more consistent here in the second half if Frisco has a chance to win.
All these teams that go deep into the playoffs, you've got to be able to back defenses off. Everybody knows they're going to run the ball. That quarterback is, you don't have to throw it for 300 yards, but you got at some point in time, when you do throw it, you've got to complete it.
Usma Harper with a 4-yard run on first down. Second down and 6 coming up.
Now, what are the Bearcats going to do? Are they going to try to continue to just play better technique, or they're going to commit an extra guy in the box?
Hand off on the end around, Ryan Taylor, and Taylor down the near sideline with a burst up to the 48-yard line. Big run for Taylor as he goes 21 yards.
This is just a great job of blocking, not only by the offensive line, but watch the guys out in front of him here. Donata's out there in front, pick number 44, but then you just see the offensive linemen turn their shoulders and seal that edge, and then Ryan Taylor able to get to the edge.
Usma Harper hit, and will be dropped to the backfield. Loss at 2.
Yeah, that's Boogie Thompson. Big number 43 in the middle of the defense. 6'2", 230-pound junior. Watch him just go through here and take that block head on, and he wins.
He pushed Jackson Baker right into Usma Harper on that play.
Boy, you talking about bringing the fight. That's what you do. That's how you disrupt the timing of the blocking up front for the Raccoons.
Another quick handoff to Taylor. And Taylor works his way to the Aledo 48. We'll spot him at the 49.
How about Jackson Baker on this one? Jackson Baker, 51, he got blowed up in the backfield. This time he wins because he's the lead guy out in front, and he takes on Caden Anderson, number 29 on defense, to give him just a little bit of extra room out there. It's way to bounce back, big fella.
Caden Hess made the stop. It's 3rd down and 7. Usma Harper, A.J. Donota in the backfield. Handoff will go to Usma Harper, and a couple of yards there, but not much more to bring up 4th down.
These linebackers not having it. And that's the adjustment. When they see that lineman pull, or when they see that quarterback reverse pivot, it's go time for these linebackers, and they're shooting that gap and blowing it up, and that never had a chance.
Another play that Keenan Hess had a hand in.
Well, you just kind of felt that Frisco needed to do something on that drive. You know, kind of take this opening score to start the second half, because you just don't want to give the ball back to the Bearcats.
Motion penalty on 4th down. Ricky Herron's crew called a clean game in that first half. Only 3 penalties between the two teams.
You kind of hope that, right? You know, it gets this deep into the playoffs. These teams, you know, you're kind of the last standing at this moment in time in the playoffs, even though you've got few more rounds to go.
Briere dropped it, but that might be an opportunity as he heads right. No, it won't. Very quickly chased down by Keenan Hess. He had a wide open field in front of him, but it closed very quickly as Hess, like a laser, sent himself just flying into Hunt Briere.
Well, I agree. Watch Keenan Hess just come out of nowhere now. He drops the snap, and I'm thinking, has he got a chance? Got a chance? No. Watch 40 right here. That's the end of story. No.
That could send an ill wind blowing through the Star in Frisco for the Raccoons as DeMarco Roberts takes that snap and very quickly 13 yards and a first down.
You got to make up your mind if you're going to want to tackle number 6 for the Aledo Bearcats. DeMarco Roberts, first of all, he's not big, so you don't have much to target. Look at that, right? Already 154 yards and 3 touchdowns and counting. He's not big, but he's not little enough to where he's just too shifty. He's kind of a combination of a shifty guy and a powerful guy, and it's just tough to get a clean lick on him.
They'll take the handoff and manage a yard. Frisco there to stop that run as Mingazano made the tackle.
Yeah, you just got to run to the football on defense. You can't wait and have somebody else to try to make the play. All 11 guys, when number 6 has the ball, and you could say the same for JoJo Earle too, but when 6 gets the ball, you better all be running to him. That's the only way you're going to continue to slow him down.
Back to Roberts. A little bit of a hole there to the 30-yard line. 5 yards on that run. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Bearcats, trying to add to a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, we saw DeMarco Roberts last year, even with Jace McClellan in the backfield. Jace McClellan had some dings and some injuries that he kind of dealt with, but DeMarco Roberts took the mantle, I thought, last year. He took the bulk of the carries, and he has not looked back. This senior campaign is outstanding.
Nice hole through the middle, across the 25 to the 23-yard line. A first down for DeMarco Roberts on a 7-yard run.
Well, anytime they run directly in the middle of the defense, it starts with the center. And the center is the quarterback of the offensive line, and he is really the lead attack on blocking the defensive line. And he does a great job. Brady Wood, 57. And that allows the rest of the guys, the guard and the tackles, to get to that next level.
Roberts again. Spins away at the 20. Roberts inside the 10, inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
You cannot tackle DeMarco Roberts tonight.
Just not going down. He is just not going down. Look at this here, just a little off tackle, gets a lead block, makes 2 guys miss, now 4 guys miss, and now it's just a foot race and just sheer determination, Doug, and he wants it better than anybody else in an opposite jersey, and you are watching an incredible performance tonight. Very good one.
I'm going to call that 5 broken tackles on that run. Amazing. We can count them up for you. Watch it again. Let's do it going to break. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe another one for good measure. DeMarco Roberts makes it a 35.
CW33 wishes you a healthy and happy holiday season.
Hi, I'm Jenny Anchondo. The coronavirus pandemic has not stopped some people from giving. Mackenzie Scott, for example, ex-wife of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, recently gifted $10 million to the YMCA of Metro Dallas. That's the largest donation in the nonprofit's 135-year history. In North Texas weather, sunny skies and highs in the 60s.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Saturday on Fox Sports Southwest.
Aledo's DeMarco Roberts had 4 touchdown runs last week against North Forney. He already has 4 tonight against Frisco. And right now, he is the favorite to win our player of the game. We need you to help us decide who gets that honor. Go to our CW33 Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and comment on the player of the game post.
I don't think if he plays another down, I think he still wins it.
Lowry on the return has a chance. Up across the 40. Up to the 47-yard line. Chase Lowry trying to keep his team motivated as he gives them great field position up at their own 47.
Well, that's why that opening drive of the second half was so important, Doug. You just felt like, man, we got to get something because it's just time for this offense of the Bearcats to continue to do what they've been doing. Now you find yourself down 35-14, and every possession from here on out is going to be critical.
Hand off Usma Harper, and he was leveled as he tried to cross the line of scrimmage. Matt Bell, a 6'1", 246-pound junior, put all his weight into that one.
Well, they just have some depth up front. This is just textbook defensive tackle play. I mean, he engages the offensive line and with his offhand keeps his distance, but keeping the inside arm free to make the play.
And he had to fight off Cole Hudson, a junior with over 30 offers, one of the best offensive linemen in the state. Pass downfield, incomplete. Closest receiver was Jamison Johnson, but unable to make the connection, and that will bring up a long third down for the Raccoons.
Do I see a flag on the field, Doug? I kind of see one.
There's Laundrie on the field.
It's number 7. 10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So it will stay second down, but now the task gets a whole lot tougher for the Raccoons.
Yeah, it's just not good when you're throwing the ball downfield. You have 3 receivers literally 5 yards apart from one another, and with 3 receivers typically means 3 defensive backs. And again, it's just not their game. You know, if they're having to pass their way back, I think that's the one thing that Coach Harbert certainly wanted to stay away from. You still wanted to be, you know, two-dimensional by passing and running. Now they forced a hand a little bit here.
2nd and 21. Green tosses it. One-handed grab made by Aaron Jamison Johnson. That's a nice play.
He made that look like it was easy. And this is not easy. And this is a great job by Green just to keep the play alive and then flicks it out there. There's Jamison Johnson with the one-handed snag.
Green looking like he's watched a few Pat Mahomes highlights on that play.
Which no quarterback should probably ever watch Patrick Mahomes because everything he does.
Yeah, there's only one Patrick Mahomes.
As I'd say, he's.
Maybe got a little Russell Wilson in him on that one too. Here's Green, keeper, across the 40, puts his head down, picks up that first down, and dropped at the 36-yard line.
And this is what I thought they would do earlier to settle him down. He's a great runner. He's actually one of the 4th or 5th running backs in the offense. and he's just effective as everybody else. This is what he can do at the quarterback position. Those called quarterback runs will get him engaged. It will settle him down. Just need more of it now.
Lowry in motion. He'll block for Green. Green able to manage a yard to the 35-yard line. Second down and 9. Elijah Valencia, the safety, with the stop on the play. This Aledo defense comes in only giving up 20 points a game. Less than 300 yards a game.
Well, where's the sense of urgency of the Raccoons going to kick in? Time is not in their favor. They're now 35-14. That's an awful lot of time rolling off the clock on the last play until just now.
Green rolls out, throws. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25-yard line by B.J. Allen, his second interception of the year.
It's another SEC player there, right? I mean, you just can't hang the ball up in the air because they've got some players even on the back end, and B.J. Allen might be the ringleader of them all. This Green just trying to make a play. This is just hope and a prayer. And you just can't do that against a defense. The way they ball hop.
Frisco came in with a reputation for creating takeaways, 15 interceptions, 7 fumble recoveries, but Aledo's defense doing the job here. B.J. Allen with the interception, and now the Bearcats can add to an already sizable lead at 35-14. Nicolosi going deep, wide open, the tight end. Llewellyn catches it as he goes out of bounds. It's good. And how was he so far open? That ball traveled to him at the 35. He stepped out for a huge gain. First down for the Bearcats into Frisco territory.
Watch this inside receiver. He runs a banana route to the sideline, but the safety saw the same thing and tried to come up, but forgot about Llewellyn, the tight end, who's running straight down the sideline.
Oh, he was towing the line. College rules, that might be a reviewable play.
Well, I love that play just before this one where Llewellyn catches it. And the offensive coordinator, we've seen him, Robbie Jones and Rocky Jones, both of those guys. It's all about personnel. They split the tight end out to the wide side of the field where he's the wide receiver. The safety is thinking, okay, he's surely not going to go deep. And they converge on the inside receiver, and that's why he popped open so wide. The versatility in this offense, the way they run it, the way they can do some timely throws, very, very tough to stop.
Handoff Roberts. 30, spins inside the 25, another spin to the 20. I'll tell you what, DeMarco Roberts does not need a season of highlights on his huddle reel. He just needs tonight's game.
That's all you got to do, put that tape in. And I'll gladly do a voiceover on it, which we kind of are right now, because it's just spin, spin, and I dare you to tackle them. I dare you to.
First down for the Bearcats at the 20. An 11-yard run for Roberts, who is over 200 yards rushing on the night. Pass to Earl, and JoJo at the 10. First and goal for the Bearcats as JoJo Earl is pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Let me put this in context for you. DeMarco Roberts is having such a good game, a fantastic game, that JoJo Earl is kind of an afterthought. And I never thought I would ever say that. As long as he's wearing the Aledo Bearcats uniform, he is the second really show right now to DeMarco Roberts at this offensive line.
Roberts pushes inside the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Roberts with his helmet coming off. That's about the only thing that slowed him down tonight.
I know, right? And even the first time, he still came back into the game. Boy, I bet Frisco is glad to see 6 go to the sideline. We want to try to tackle somebody else for a change.
Well, you still got number 1 to deal with out there.
That's
Joe Earl.
Well, you just killed it.
Didn't mean to deflate the hopes of anybody, but a little bit different formation there. And Alito calls a timeout.
First charge for the second half.
They lined up in a full house. Nicolosi going under center. We'll take the timeout. Alito up by 21, trying to add to it.
Can you guys hear me?
If your internet service doesn't have fast download and upload speeds, you have.
I need to order AT&T Fiber.
Click or call now to get a faster internet experience with AT&T Fiber 1 gig internet. With upload speeds up to 20 times faster than Spectrum. Get a faster internet experience for less with AT&T Fiber and get your home back in harmony.
Click or call 844-855-1993 to get AT&T Fiber, starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas.
Disappointed in your holiday gift?
This is too much. I feel like I should get you another sweater.
Then experience some joy this year at the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event.
Those guys rock the most.
Get magical deals on new Hyundais, all featuring the latest technology.
You work with robots?
Visit the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event now or go to buyhyundai.com.
You know you want to.
Make friends in a new Hyundai and watch Friends weeknights at 11 on CW33. Good fun.
Alito had put Jeremiah James in the backfield in a full house, Nicolosi under center, but they called timeout. We'll see if they come back with the same play. It looks like they will. Jeremiah James with 2 fullbacks now, 1 in motion. Ball comes loose. Nicolosi has to dive on it. Back at the 6-yard line, loss of a couple.
Well, he also put Caden Anderson, number 29, the starting defensive end, as one of those running backs too, Doug. And they had him going out in the flats like he was a wide receiver. I'd like to have seen the end of that play if it hadn't been the ball hitting the ground.
So now 3rd and goal, and guess who's back in the game? DeMarco Roberts. They'll line up in the same formation.
Old school power eye here. Actually, not a power eye. Little inverted.
Yeah, goes to the gun. And he will turn, hand off to Roberts. Diving at the 5 to the 4-yard line. That will bring up 4th and goal. And so what do you do if you're Tim Buchanan here? You've got the means to go for it and try and put 6 on the board, but you also have a pretty good kicker on your roster by the name of Clay Mirador. And it looks like Mirador will come out to attempt the 21-yard field goal. Make it a 38-14 game.
Yeah, this is the right call. You already have 3 scores. All you want to do is just add points from here on out.
That kick is up and good. 19 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Alito is added to their 21-point lead, making a 24-point lead now, 38-14 in this regional semifinal Class 5A Division II, Region 2. The winner will move on to face the Lovejoy Leopards, who defeated Mansfield Timberview earlier today, 64-50. Down to the field we go, and Chris.
Arriving this January on CW33, Justice comes home with a new generation of Texas Rangers. Supernatural's Jared Padalecki stars as Walker, a lawman, widower, and father with a strong moral code who returns home. Don't miss the series premiere of Walker Thursday, January 21st on CW33.
Thank you, Chris. Bearcats came into the game averaging 48 points a contest. 38 on the board now. Kick sailing deep. And this time Chase Lowry will watch it bounce into the end zone and take the touchback at the 25. Back-to-back trips to the regional semifinals for Frisco. After an 11-2 season last year, they come into tonight's ball game 8-1 on the year. They finished second behind Lovejoy in District 7-5A. First down for the Raccoons at the 25-yard line. Kari Green on the run. Up to the 29, 4 yards for the quarterback of the Raccoons.
Yeah, it's a good drive starter there. Good pursuit by the defense. Elijah Valencia, number 23, one of those safeties, coming up, make a good play there.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter. Aledo, 12 minutes away from advancing to the regional final, and we will have that fourth quarter coming your way next on CW33.
CW33 High School Football Showdown is brought to you by Wrangler.
On the other side of fear is greatness. But the real victory comes the moment you find out what you're really made of. Wrangler.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons-shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations. Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
This is where work ethic is forged in fire, and where we forever ride towards new horizons. Because this is where legendary is a way of life. Wrangler, long live Cowboys.
Ready to start the fourth quarter on CW33. Aledo leads Frisco 38-14. Another big Christmas Eve game tonight happening at the Old Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Zach Mundell just scored a 20-yard touchdown to give Arlington Martin an 18-17 lead over South Lake Carroll. They have 5 minutes left in the third.
Oh, nice ball game going on over in Arlington, and Bob Wager's ball club looking tough, holding their own against a very good Carroll ball club, who got their all-star quarterback Quinn Ewers back tonight.
Boy, we just seem to get the heavyweights matching up at this round. Yeah, we talked about our game on Saturday, Denton Ryan and Longview, but man, I'm telling you, Mart and South Lake Carroll didn't get too much better than that.
And then you got
Allen and Trinity. Yeah,
Trinity and Allen coming up as well. Here we have Frisco trying to mount the comeback. A lot of work to do, down 24. Pitch to Dante Reese. And Reese fighting his way for a first down at the 35-yard line.
And what a block here by Brandon Mayazono. Number 14, one of those starting linebackers. These linebackers having a double dip and play both sides here.
I give Reese a bad spot there, quite honestly. That's back at the 34, so it's 4th and 1.
Well, if you've got any chance, you got to go get this 1 yard here, and I agree that was a little bit of a bad spot. I thought he got to the 35 at least just underneath it.
Frisco will call a timeout, talk things over on a very important 4th down. That's the first timeout of the second half, called by Jeff Harbert. While we have a chance, let's take a look at one of the all-time greats. We saw him many times.
Oh, yeah.
In an Aledo Bearcat uniform, Jonathan Gray. Single-season TDs, 65. Career carries over 1,200. He ran for over 10,000 yards in his high school career. One of the best we've ever seen, for sure.
I feel like half of those yards of that 10,889 we saw with our very own eyes. And we saw some of the most electrifying and so unbelievable moments that it's just incredible. I wish everybody could have a chance to see it. He was one of the best to ever do it, certainly.
Corey Green with the keeper trying to sneak it over for a first down. He does up at the 36-yard line.
Well, now they got to go. They've wasted a lot of time at the end of the third quarter. Now you've got to go. You've got to get this play in and out of the huddle. You've got to get in a mindset. We've got to score quick. We've got to go score often. We've got to go. And you just don't see the urgency just yet.
And maybe perhaps the energy level not there either. After a tough 3 quarters against this Bearcat bunch, Dante Reese wrangled down. Boy, he was hammered to the turf by Sam Foreman and Jaden Allen, the freshman corner in there to help make the play.
And just don't try to run to the outside with Chris Wright. This is the first time they really try to go at him, number 8 on defense. 6'4", 215, and has probably a 7-foot wingspan, and he just reaches and just yanks the ball carrier down.
That was a tremendous show of strength by Wright, the North Texas signing. Green avoids the rush, able to deliver downfield, finds a man, caught 45-yard line, and to the 35 of Aledo. Huge gainer as Green finds Dante Reese downfield.
Well, you just don't know. He's Jekyll, he's Hyde. This is outstanding. I mean, this is what this kid can do. He's got a great arm. He's got a great sense of football, and he just puts it out there and keeps this thing alive. But, man, they waste a lot of time. From the end of the last play before that one, 31 seconds run off the clock before he makes a heroic pass downfield.
Lowry in motion, ball bounces back to Green. He'll take it, turn it upfield, and spun down at the 27-yard line. Valencia with the tackle. 8-yard gain, 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, you don't draw it up like that, but it's good to have a quarterback that can improvise and turn a negative play into something. But just look at what's going on right now. You got them standing around. You've got the offensive lineman 3 yards away from the football in the line of scrimmage. 31 seconds in between play is their average. That's a ton of time, Doug. It's going to eat them up, and they're not going to have enough time, even if they do score down here.
Green in trouble, being pursued. Now will throw to the end zone. Has a man caught, tries to turn it up. Unable to make the touchdown, but out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Aaron Jamison Johnson, and that makes it 1st and goal for Frisco.
Well, this is what I used to do when I was a kid at the park. You know, just tell everybody to go deep, and I'll keep the play alive and just throw it. And that's exactly what they're doing. And credit to Jamison Johnson to stay on and keep his integrity with the quarterback and bail him out on the scramble rules.
Sideline warning, Frisco. First warning of the game.
I think Frisco was lobbying for a touchdown on that play, saying that Jamison Johnson had pushed that ball across the plane.
I'm not so sure if he didn't. I kind of thought he did too when I first saw it.
We've got a good angle of it here we can see. Turns up. Ooh, that's close.
That's a touchdown.
That's really close. He might have scored on that play.
Yeah, I think he did.
Nonetheless, 1st and goal. Green under center. Hands off to Usma Harper, and he is into the end zone. And that will be the touchdown. The 2nd one of the night for Sion Usma Harper.
Okay, you got what you needed. And now your defense has got to come out and get the stop. And then you got to go right back down and do it again. This is the play that's been working for him, the little base, reverse pivot from the quarterback, and the offensive line just beats the man in front of him.
Extra point good. 17-point game. 8:21 left in the ball game. We'll see if Frisco can manage a Christmas miracle next on CW33.
Can you guys hear me?
If your internet service doesn't have fast download and upload speeds, you have.
I need to order AT&T Fiber.
Click or call now to get a faster internet experience with AT&T Fiber 1 gig internet. With upload speeds up to 20 times faster than Spectrum. Get a faster internet experience for less with AT&T Fiber and get your home back in harmony.
Click or call 844-855-1993 to get AT&T Fiber, starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas.
I love Southwest Kia because they sold us a car with lane assist. And let me tell you something, it beeps at him now and I don't have to scream at him. It saved our marriage.
And I love Southwest Kia for the amazing customer service. And the prices aren't shabby either. And by the way, that lane assist works when you drive too.
We love Southwest Kia.
Frisco scoring to make it 38-21. Sion Usma-Harper capping off the 12-play, 75-yard drive. The short touchdown run. He's had a big night, couple of TDs, over 100 yards rushing on the evening. But Frisco still has a lot of work to do, LD. They're down 17.
Just need a little excitement on this Frisco sideline. They look to be down and out. It's a lot of time. You keep playing. Here we go.
Onside attempt recovered by Aledo. Good job by the Aledo special teams. Elijah Valencia, the safety. He's been in on a number of plays tonight. Able to recover the kick, and that gives Aledo good field position. And of course, that's the gamble you take when you try that onside kick.
It is, and you know, you might as well try it, right? You don't want to never kick it deep. And you got to be able to do something to maybe get an extra possession. But there's Nicolossi's numbers. That's about what they asked their quarterback to do. If they need him to throw for 200-plus yards, I'm sure he can do it too. But in this game, the way DeMarco Roberts has run the ball, no need tonight.
Roberts carries for a couple. Second down and 8 on the way.
And now
you see Cole Hudson in there playing on that defensive line.
I was just about to say, you got to get some heft on that line now. You got to get some beef to where you can just make it a little bit tougher than what they've been able to do.
Throw out all the stops the rest of the way for sure. Trying to survive and advance. Nicolossi finds an open receiver. Lots of running room. Inside the 20, the 10, dragged down at the 7-yard line, B.J. Fleming.
What a play. Great play call here by your co-offensive coordinators, the Jones boys. This is perfectly called. Play action pass. You know everybody in the stadium is going to get DeMarco Roberts, but they fake the play and hit the quick slant to B.J. Fleming. And he's off to the races.
48-yard gain for B.J. Fleming. First and goal for Aledo. Handoff, Marco Roberts. And Roberts another yard. He was tackled by Graham Hawks on the play. That will bring up second down and goal.
Yeah, it's just so demoralizing when you play Aledo, Doug. We've seen it for years now, countless years almost now. And just when you think you may get back in the game, here they come right down the field again. And they're knocking on the doorstep to add more points on the board. It's demoralizing, again, why they have 9 state titles looking for more.
Handoff, Roberts, 5-yard line. Helmet pops off as he goes down at the 1-yard line. He's going to need a better chin strap, I think.
Is it the dreads?
Yeah.
I mean, because you know with those dreads, you got to get a bigger helmet to fit all that hair in there, and it's not technically fit to your skull. It's fit to your hair. And watch this contact. He goes up in there, what you typically do, and bang.
And nobody really hit him. He just ran into a defender, and his head exploded.
Thank goodness his head's not in that hat.
Look at those numbers for DeMarco Roberts tonight.
That'll make your head explode when you look at those numbers. 25 for 217. My goodness.
JoJo Earl And JoJo Earle in. From a yard out, he hasn't scored enough touchdowns tonight.
I have to say, I guess.
Give it to JoJo.
Man, I mean, he's going to have a normal game one of these days or in the playoffs for 120 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. We're going to think something's wrong with him because he's run for 220-plus yards in consecutive weeks with a minimum of 4 touchdowns. Here's JoJo Earle here.
JoJo with the Sko-Sko.
Man, JoJo, man, I'm telling you, on a typical night, is the man, still is the man. Gets him one there.
5:57 left, and Aledo stretches out that lead, 45-21, and down to the field we go in Chris.
Guys, just up the road from here earlier today, we had something that I think encapsulates how strange this 2020 football season has been. At Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, we had the New Mexico Bowl. Hawaii beating Houston 28-14. The Rainbow Warriors, led by former Allen head coach Todd Graham. And Hawaii's roster also included a few DFW products who got to come back home for this one. Cedar Hills, Quinn Bright, Prestonwood Christians, Dayton Tony, and Prosper's Riley Wilson.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. And, of course, the quote-unquote Rose Bowl will be played at AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
You're going to still call it the Rose Bowl.
No, I'm not going to. I think a lot of people want to call it the Rose Bowl. I'm just going to call it the national semifinal.
There you go.
The Rose Bowl belongs in Pasadena, California.
Certainly.
That's where it is.
I saw that the other day watching TV. I was like, come on now. Can't do that. The Mexico Bowl here in Frisco, come on. I don't see any snow out there, any slopes, anything. Come on now. Crazy year.
It is indeed. Well, who'd have thought that we'd be playing a game on Christmas Eve and then another one the day after Christmas?
I know. It's just
our season on CW33 will continue into 2021.
How about that, right?
Strange days indeed. As John Lennon would say, most peculiar, Mama. Handoff, Usma Harper. And Zion Usma Harper, who's been about the only bright spot offensively tonight for Frisco with another nice carry, 7 yards.
Yeah, he's playing hard, and man, it's got to be frustrating, right? You transfer in mid-season, your senior year, and this game certainly not going the way he had planned it. And time is on the right now. Your senior year is kind of going down. Less than 5.5 minutes left in the game.
Green. Toss to Taylor. Ryan Taylor made a nice catch, but there is a flag on the play.
They get Jaden Allen here he got a little handsy, a little contact downfield.
Pass interference, defense number 27. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That is the freshman Jaden Allen. Well, you talk about a bright future.
Oh, yeah.
Young man with 3 interceptions as a freshman. And the sky is the limit on his talent. But a penalty here gives Frisco an automatic first down. The ball loose on the field. Looks like Green was able to recover at the 45-yard line. But that's a loss of 2. So second down, 12 coming up.
Boy, it just looks so promising, didn't it? And it so quickly turned the other way. You just see kind of mistake after mistake. Nothing here. He just drops the ball. Nothing, really no pressure. Snap was perfect. It's just one of those head scratchers that you see from time to time with Green.
And here's the other side of Green. Big run, 10 yards. to make it 3rd and 2.
And, you know, really against any and everybody not named Aledo probably, you might be able to get away with that through the course, and they did. You know, you don't win 8 games without having some gift and some talent and some ability to win. But when these teams get better, and these teams are better than you, and you got to go out there and play a perfect game to even beat them, right? And you just can't have these kind of plays and mistakes.
And there it is, 3 plays that encapsulate Khari Green back to back to back. You had a fumble that he recovered, nice run, but then a pass that somehow bounces to a wide open receiver.
And, you know, to play in the playoffs, you got to play clean. You can't have those plays that you would do maybe the first game of the year. You know, maybe those things, the opening district games. When you play teams like Aledo, you have to play flawless. You have to play clean. You've got to take the fight to them. That's how you pull off the upsets. That's how you beat teams like that. It just didn't go their way, and it's really kind of showing it here just on this drive now.
Green will keep. And spins his way inside the 30. Down at the 27-yard line. So a nice run for Khari Green to pick up the first down.
And there's a play there where you got to love him too, right? You know, he's Jeff fight for you know.
Jeff Harbert does love him. Jeff Harbert, you know, had a lot of nice things to say about his quarterback as we've talked to him over the last couple of games that we've seen them, and for good reason. The young man is a competitor, but just the inconsistency is a little troubling if you're trying to win a ball game against a top-ranked opponent like Aledo. But then you do this. You throw the 50-50 ball, and your SEC signee, Chase Lowry, brings it down for a touchdown.
Went up and got it. Senior against the freshman. I kind of like that matchup, even though Jaden Allen, like you said, Doug, has off-the-charts talent and will be a great one. But right here, the senior said he wanted it a little bit more and climbs ladder to do it.
That is what you call a Power 5 play right there by Chase Lowry.
Good time there. Good throw, too, by Green. And folks at home, if you think I'm critical of quarterbacks, that's because I am, because I played the position and know it. And it's a good defense there.
Yep, B.J. Allen knocks down the 2-point conversion attempt. But your point is well made. You don't come to this as a novice. You spent many years playing that position, and you're able to break it down.
That's a beautiful pass. I mean, that's what you wanted. You want it on the outside shoulder to where he can actually shield the defensive back and go up and climb just a little bit higher to get the ball.
Down to the field, and we will check in with Chris.
At 6'5", 300, guys, it is scary that Cole Hudson still has another year of high school football ahead of him. Tim Buchanan said earlier this week that Cole will be the best offensive lineman Aledo will see all season long. Coach Harbert said he is the anchor of their program, voted team captain as a junior. That's the first time in Frisco high school history that has happened.
Draws very favorable comparisons to former Frisco guard Jack Anderson, who was a starter for Texas Tech for several years and now about to transition into the NFL. Cole Hudson has that kind of capability, according to his head coach.
Yeah, here we go.
They tried an onside kick right up the middle. It didn't work. So now it looks like they will angle one, trying to get the diagonal.
All about that last bounce.
That bounce. There it is. Oh, didn't have a chance.
Nice job.
It was about to take a bounce, but Jason Llewellyn said, nope, going to jump on you early. And that will give Aledo the ball in Frisco territory.
Yeah, just so well coached in all facets of their team, and special teams certainly being one of them.
Let's send it back downstairs, Chris.
Saturday night, celebrate the season with iHeart Jingle Ball, featuring performances by Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, and more, followed by Whose Line Is It Anyway? The fun starts Saturday night at 7 on CW33.
DeMarco Roberts with the carry, and no gain there. In fact, he'll lose a couple. Tackled That Frisco front line, Austin Reeves made the stop. And I'm going to ask myself one question here. What's DeMarco Roberts still doing in this ball game?
Yeah.
Honestly, at 3:17 to go, pretty comfortable lead for Aledo.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I
don't want him hurt. I don't want JoJo Earle hurt if I'm Tim Buchanan.
Kind of the only last little question that you got to ask yourself in this game.
And it's runs like that make me ask that question, because that was a terrific run by Roberts, but he's run like that all night where he has to take contact on each and every run.
But
he's been up to the task, obviously, but you never know when that one hit's going to come in.
I agree. There's really nothing else to prove. You got to remember, you want to win the state championship, which they know it's 6 rounds. So you got a lot of football left, and I never want to question what Coach Buck does, but got to certainly think about it at least.
Nicolosi's toss complete.
And they throw
near sideline, and the catch made by B.J. Fleming. Chris, what do you got?
Well, Nicolosi also still in this game despite getting tweaked earlier in the evening. He started at Torrey Pines High School in San Diego last season, moved to Aledo in October, and started out playing junior varsity since he didn't know the system. On the week of the Timberview game, starting quarterback Brent Hayden had to quarantine due to COVID contact tracing, so Nicolosi got the call up to start for the varsity, and he did pretty well, throwing 2 touchdown passes, and he has since held on to the starting spot.
Hand off to Roberts, and Roberts taken down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, I think that might have been his last play. Jeremiah James tagging in.
Yep, DeMarco Roberts. Looks like he's sending the good luck guys to the rest of the team, and he and JoJo Earle will go out together to a big round of applause from the Aledo fans.
Rightfully so.
Boy, they've earned it. So Jeremiah James in the backfield with Nicolosi. And whistles before the play.
That's going to be on Jason Llewellyn.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And it may have happened earlier in the ballgame, but that's the first motion penalty that I remember from Aledo. They've been outstanding in their execution.
Well, like, we talked about, they're always going to be well coached, and they're not going to beat themselves. And all those great teams, they're not going to beat themselves. Highland Park, Trinity, South Lake Carroll, Allen, obviously. Those teams, you've got to beat them. And that just shows you there how disciplined they are.
James with a carry. Picked up about 4. It was tackled by Tate Horton.
Well, surely they're going to have to run out of running backs. I mean, after this season, who is the next guy?
There's always somebody waiting in the wings. You look at their depth chart and you don't see him right now, but sure enough, some kid from the JV or some other move in or somebody will pop up and be the next great ball carrier for the Bearcats. James goes right across the 30, and a first down for Jeremiah James, tackled at the 28-yard line.
That should just about do it.
You would think so. "30 seconds left in the game.
Coach Buck there.
Coach Buck taking off the headset.
I still think I think he made his own mask from some fabric he got from.
I think you might be right.
Coach Buck is take that pocket knife and cut out some thread and make him one.
Nicolosi will take the knee, and the Aledo Bearcats will improve to 23-1 all time in the 3rd round of the playoffs and advance to the Region 2 final in Class 5A Division II to face the Lovejoy Leopards next week. Final score 45-27, Aledo over Frisco tonight. Let's go ahead and give you the Southwest Kia drive of the game. And you're going to see a lot of number 6 here, LD.
Well, he's just a patient runner. Look at him set up the block. He cuts back, and then you see the explosiveness. And then they come back with a little bit of a stretch. And then once he sees that crease, he lowers his shoulder, and there's the boom. And here he goes again, right up in the middle of the defense. He's been an excellent outside runner, inside runner, and there's the spin and the vision again. And then that speed is just enough, Doug. And he just gives defenses fits.
Well, he had 2 just absolute highlight runs tonight for touchdowns. Part of his 4-touchdown night, DeMarco Roberts. And I wonder who our player of the game will be. We'll find that out. I don't think it's much of a mystery, but we will find out when we come back. Final score 45-27. Aledo beats Frisco tonight. Stay with us here on CW33.
CW33 High School Football Showdown is brought to you by USAA, proudly serving military members and their families.
It's Mattress Firm's year-end sale. Hurry in for savings up to $500 on top-rated brands like Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $299.99. Only at Mattress Firm.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something, too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over $6,000 total value on a 2021 Terrain SLT. See your North Texas GMC dealers.
Yes. Seriously, Santa? Here's something people can really use.
It's a low payment finder from Consome Plus. Get the coolest gifts with low payments over time. Good credit or building it.
Consome Plus makes credit so easy.
Hurry into Consome Plus right now. Save up to $1,000 on holiday Hot Buy electronics. Plus, get up to $850 in furniture freebies, including a $400 gift card.
You're not the only guy in a red suit who delivers.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Saturday on Fox Sports Southwest.
With Mattress Firm's Rest Assured promise, you can try America's best mattress brands and get a $300 instant gift with your Tempur-Pedic purchase, good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Rest assured, we'll find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
To your teachers.
in that spirit of giving, Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone. The Chevy price you pay
Is what we pay. Not a cent more.
because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use your Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,500 on this Silverado Texas edition.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
Cordell Walker, Texas Ranger.
He recently lost his wife. It wasn't your fault.
Wasn't it, though?
You're the ranger with the dead wife?
What did you say?
Guess you couldn't protect her, huh?
She is gone. Some things don't add up. You are chasing ghosts.
I can't think about anything else but her.
Walker. Series premiere January 21st on CW33.
The machine rolls on. The Aledo Bearcats, who it seems play 16 games every year. They are rolling into the fourth round of the playoffs behind the humongous night from DeMarco Roberts.
Yeah, it just continued just to impress us the entire night. From the beginning, opening series, He just did a little bit of everything, and we even wondered, could he even be tackled? And for a little bit of this game, he didn't get tackled because every time he really got around the end zone, he found his way to get in. He scored 4 times tonight. You see 224 yards rushing. He was a man amongst boys, the ultimate warrior tonight, and that's why the Bearcats are moving on to the 4th round.
And I'll tell you what, whatever stadium hosts Aledo and Lovejoy next week, better make sure the batteries are good on the scoreboard, because that has a chance to be a 6-man looking score by the time it's all said and done. But tonight, the final score was 45-27. Aledo defeats Frisco to move on to the 4th round. I want to thank our entire crew that gave up their Christmas Eve with their families to be here tonight. Great job by everyone. Chris Mikoski down on the sidelines doing an outstanding job. My broadcast partner, Ladera McClain, happy to spend Christmas Eve with him. Our next game is Saturday afternoon for Mesquite Memorial, Denton Ryan, and Longview. So as we say goodbye from Frisco and we fade out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.